Are you in a toxic work environment where your employers are spreading information about you that perhaps you never even told them, or maybe isn't even true, spreading around a bunch of rumors? Maybe your boss is in on it as well, and you're spreading around a lot of misinformation at the office about you and not allowing you to be able to be promoted, or maybe even risk you being fired after false allegations. So that's what we're talking about in today's video. So hello everyone, my name is Autumn Asphodel and I'm a coach to help you live your best life and find your true purpose. And you can schedule a free consultation over at autumasphodel.com/coaching. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about the toxic work environment, what you can do to better yourself in this environment so that you lessen the chances of other people negatively affecting you. So enjoy the video. Work is stressful for the overwhelming majority of people, not just because they are doing things they dislike, but they are around people that cause drama, gossip about one another, spreading rumors, and trying to get one another in trouble. You will find this at almost any job, but some places are worse than others. There are times when coworkers will know things about you, even if you don't volunteer that information to them. They could spread this information to others, talking about you behind your back, making other people dislike you. Some coworkers may put on an act where they seem nice, but are actually manipulating you into getting what they want. You may even have an employer that plays favorites, giving promotions to those who are undeserving as you put in hard work yet are never acknowledged. The employer may be swayed by other employees that are spreading rumors about you. And this employer may even take advantage of people below them since they feel they can do whatever they want, putting all the workload on the employees while they sit back and get a free ride. Whatever the case is, this is a toxic work environment that has caused massive amounts of stress in your life, maybe even bringing you down into a depression and interfering with your family life. Yet, you feel as though you have to continue working there since you have to pay the bills and feed your family, right? Wrong. Money should not be the reason you are working at this job. Rather, you should be working on things that you enjoy. You are, however, in a bad place at work, and it's not what you thought it would be, so you must make some big choices. So when you're around other people that are very manipulative, and you share things with them and they seem all good and happy that you've shared some of this information, but what they will end up doing is end up backstabbing you whenever they feel as though their job is in jeopardy. So it's very important to be mindful of what you say to other people, what you're doing around other people, and just acknowledging the fact that when you're in this negative situation, it's going to cause you a bunch of stress, not only at work, but also outside of work, with your family, with your friends, and just maybe even give you intense anxiety, depression, and not allow you to actually have good quality sleep. So it's very important to be mindful of these things. Regardless of whatever work environment you are in, you must monitor and be careful of everything you say. People are manipulative and deceitful, and will use anything you tell them against you if they feel their position is in jeopardy. So do not share personal stories with your coworkers. Do not treat them like your closest friend. Rather, answer questions as open-endedly as possible, not necessarily lying about your answer, but not providing the full context to avoid revealing too much. Avoid volunteering information that was not asked, and avoid asking super personal questions of others. If you are in a toxic work environment and people are harassing you, spreading rumors around, it may be time to step up and make your voice heard. Even if your manager is in on it, surely there is someone higher up you can report negative incidents to. Someone who cares about the professionalism of the company and makes sure immature banter and slander is not tolerated. You may even ask for a transfer to a different office, division, or team and group to help distance yourself from the coworkers that are causing you problems. And lastly, maybe you don't even like your job. Well, it may be time to start looking for new opportunities. Find some different things you enjoy and see what skills you need for it. You may not be able to fully avoid drama, but different jobs will have different levels of toxicity. Consider being your own boss and working for yourself. You will not have a manager, since you will be your own, but you may have other employees, so don't form toxic relationships with them. But being your own boss certainly comes with many benefits. Drama will be everywhere. You cannot avoid drama, but you can lessen it by not volunteering as much personal information about you to people that will use it against you. Be mature and don't let others push you around. Rather, be the better person and don't stoop to their level. Remain professional and find the best opportunities that work for you, since you may just find your ideal career path that way. Let me know how this works for you. Have a great day. So if you're sharing just too much information with people, and they're going behind your back and spreading around that information, or maybe they find out some sort of information from outside of this, or they overhear certain conversations that you have and they start assuming things, they start spreading around information. This is very unprofessional behavior, so it is very important that you remedy this the best way that you possibly can. Whether that be that you report this information to higher ups, to supervisors, that you have a talk with these people, that you do something to allow yourself to be out of this situation, because there's nothing worse than when there's rumors and misinformation going around about you, or things that you cannot keep anything a secret, but things that you hoped were a secret, maybe just between you and one other person, were to just not spread around, but now it is spread around. Now, I have encountered this myself as well, where there is information about me that somehow gets out. And I don't know how, I don't know why. And then they start spreading around rumors of things that I never told anyone at all. So it's very interesting, because what you will often hear is other people seem to know things about you that you never told them. You never told the people that told them. And they're just making these assumptions and just basing things on what? I don't know, but it's a horrible feeling. So if that's the case and you're feeling really, really bad, it may be time to start acknowledging what is going on in this work environment, be transferred out of this, or find a different job as well if things get really bad. Be sure to check out the amazing merchandise over at Asphodel Shop for some inspiring designs. I'm sure you'll find something amazing. Also, become a member. $5 up and above will get you early access to new content months before it is publicly available to anyone else. And I want to thank you also very much for tuning into this video. Let me know what your thoughts are and how you've been able to manage some of this toxic work environment, or if you're currently in one. I'm really curious to hear it. So you all take care, have a great one, and I'll catch you later. Bye-bye.